This podcast contains paid advertisements, but more on that later. Welcome to the O'Connor Bootstrap Podcast, where I discuss how you can grow your business by the bootstraps. This applies to all entrepreneurs, from the person just starting up to the one that is already well established. My goal is to help you grow. I am your host, Isaiah O'Connor. So, these days have been rather crazy. This year has been rather crazy. We've had coronavirus. We've had a recession that's been caused by the coronavirus. We've had locusts in Africa, apparently, murder hornets, riots, protest, absolute insanity, lots of crazy stuff. And my favorite meme is, what's next? An alien invasion. But speaking into that, there's also been quite a few advertisers have been pulling their advertising dollars and advertising off of social media. I can't remember exactly. I think it was like Coke or Pepsi and a few other biggies yanked all their advertising off of social media platforms. Now, why is that? Why does it not make sense to advertise on social media platforms? Why are big name advertisers yanking their advertisement from social media? It's because of the current state of the culture we're in, where if you say one thing, you're going to insult and upset one group, and if you say something else, you're going to insult and upset the other group. Now, I like Mike Rowe's approach on this. Mike Rowe is constantly being hounded to come out and speak up on his political viewpoints. People are telling him, you need to speak up. You need to say what you think about the political situation nowadays. You need to say what you think about this item or that item or whatever other item they want him to speak up on. And he refuses. He speaks up only on the things he holds near and dear to his heart, and that's what he sticks to. And I applaud him for that. And there's a good point. There's a good reason he does that, because he focuses on what he does, and he focuses on creating the content he creates, because Mike Rowe is a content creator. He writes books, he does a podcast, he makes TV shows. He's a content creator and a host, but that's what he does. And he doesn't try to go out and please everybody all the time. He does what he needs to do, and he purposely just tries to avoid offending everyone by just staying silent on hot topic buttons. Say for college, he's really, really strong on people working the trades, and of course go to college if you need to, but not have it as the end all and be all of your entire life is going to college. So I like his approach, and that's kind of the title of today's thing, which is, you can't please all the people all the time. The saying actually goes something like, you can please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all the time. And that is absolutely true. You will have, let's say, something like music. Let's go something pretty innocent. You can be a person who really, really likes classical music. And if you're playing classical music because you really, really like it, you will have people who like classical music being happy you're playing classical music out loud. But if you're a person that really hates classical music, but you really, really love rock and roll, and someone's playing classical music and you're walking into it, you're not going to be happy. Now, if you love rock and roll and you're blasting rock and roll, the other rock and roll fans will be very happy with you, but the classical music fans will be very unhappy with you. So, and that's as mild of an example as I can think of at the moment. But that's kind of the state of the world right now, where if you support something or if you don't support something, if you speak out or if you don't speak out, it's just a minefield, because if you support one thing, someone's going to be offended. If you don't support something, somebody else is going to be offended. And which is a really kind of a sad state of affairs, because you don't want to offend people. I admit, you don't really want to offend people. But the trick is, you can't try to go out and please everybody all the time. You can't do it. It's impossible. And I've seen companies try that. See companies try to please all the people all the time, and it backfires. I mentioned that with Gillette. They went woke and got broke. If you just try to please one segment of the population, you're going to, by default, displease another segment of the population, which is pretty bad. And the internet can be deceiving. You really, really need to have really good market research, because sometimes what seems to be the largest market segment may not be. And the smaller one that you think is smaller may be bigger than you think. You have to do a lot of good market research before you try to pull a going after trying to please one crowd, thinking that the majority. My best advice is, again, back to that whole business and politics thing, which is, don't focus on any message other than the message of your product or service. Focus on what you do well, and target your message at your target market. I mean, if you work in landscaping, then focus your message and target market on the people who have nice yards and money to pay someone else to clean their yards and do their yard work. That's your target market. Focus on them. Focus on making your target market happy. For example, there's a company, I can't remember the name of the company, so their marketing didn't click in my head, but that's okay. I'm not their target market. But it was a company that was marketing beard products for your beard. Not to cut it off, not to shave. It was creams and lotions and soaps and things, and a beard trimmer, so you'd always have a nice beard, nice and silky smooth, shaved. And they outright said, if you're a person without a beard, we don't want you, which is pretty obvious. And I think they're a little bit rude about it, but it was in a funny way. Like, you're not a real man if you don't have a beard. Look at these manly men with their wonderful beards, or some sort of line like that. It was said rather tongue-in-cheek, and they were having a bit of fun. But they did have a good point. If you're a person who shaves their beard off every single day, then you're not the guy to market towards. So they purposely were focused on their target market, people with beards, and not focus on people without beards. And that's what they focus on. They weren't trying to have a beard trimmer and creams and soaps and sell a shaving kit and whatnot. They had one focus, and they were not trying to please everyone all the time, and only people who had beards. Again, it's really hard to come up with examples that are not political right now, but I'm doing my best. But there's a point. Like I've said, try to keep politics out of your business. It's getting harder and harder to do nowadays. People are demanding to know your politics for some reason. It's a little strange. I'm with Mike Rowe on that. There's no point in me talking about my politics. It's better just to let sleeping dogs lie. And especially since The second you go into politics, the second you start talking about some of the current events going on right now, you will have somebody offended at you from some side of the issue. People will be offended and they will stop visiting your business. They will stop using you, and of course, worse, people will be trying to cancel you. The cancel culture is very real. I've seen it happening. People will come after your business if they don't like what you say. So you can't please everyone all the time. And if you say one thing, you're going to please one group and offend another group. Best not to say anything on that because you can't. You can't please everyone all the time. You're crazy to try. So instead of trying to please people, just focus on your business, focus on your product, focus on your service, make it the best product, make it the best service, make it the best customer experience ever, and focus on that. And that will be the best way for you to move forward in your business. Now, a great way to market and target market is through awin.com, AWIN.com. It's a marketplace for people who want to advertise and for people who want to be advertisers, a publisher. And this is where I get a lot of my sponsors through. I'm working on finding a couple other places to get sponsors, but they're pretty cool. You go there, you sign up an account, and if you're a content creator, you can then select from advertisers who want people to talk about them. You can get links, you can get special links that go straight through, get little banner ads, little ads that you can pick and choose from. You can set them up on your webpage. You can set up on links on your YouTube channel, what have you. And it's pretty easy to do, really great to do. And then, of course, if you're an advertiser, you want someone to be blogging about you, talking about you on a podcast, whatever. You can set up a system where you set up a pay rate. You go there to On when you set it up, and they will connect you to an advertiser. So they're kind of like a little dating app for advertisers. Advertisers meet the person who's advertising. It's really great. I use them. They're really easy. They're really high quality. Go check them out. And you all have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Okay, just as a reminder, we do offer a free 1/2 hour, no obligation consultation. All you need to do is go to our website and contact us through there, or you can contact me directly at my O'Connor Bootstrap podcast Facebook group or our Atheoz.com Facebook page as well. And if you would like to support this channel, the best thing you can do, of course, is to like and share and subscribe. That helps the most. Or you can check out one of our affiliate links. And of course, I do have a PayPal and a Patreon account, and the links will be in the description below. Thank you very much. You all have a good day. You have been listening to the O'Connor Bootstrap podcast and Atheoz Business Solutions podcast. For other podcasts, past episodes, and related blogs, please check out our website at www.atheoz.com. That is www.atheoz.com or theoz.com. Until next time, I've been your friendly neighborhood entrepreneur, Isaiah O'Connor.